The problem I have with the bingo card is I can see the bingo card, and now I'm tempted to do things that are on the bingo card.
Don't look at the bingo card.
I'm glad he didn't put... I'm glad the bingo card isn't a part of our show notes. And that
yes, it is.
bingo things wasn't referencing the bingo
but
card.
it's down at it's at the end.
It's referenced in the show notes.
This is all in Chig Chat, so all of it is free game when we get to Chig Chat, so don't worry. It's all being brought up.
Guess what, everybody? We're live. We're recording right now. It is September 5th.
You can't just spring that on us like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were doing that.
You didn't know we were doing it, huh? Yeah, so it turns out this is a podcast. We record it. I pushed the button a little while ago.
But I don't even need the noise.
I don't even have my pants on yet.
You wear pants for this?
Wait, we do a podcast?
And that's where I'm going to put the music.
No, wrong thing.
I am Commander Jay Antrax, and this is the Loose Screws Podcast. You're listening to the sultry voice of Commander Teflon. How you doing tonight?
Oh, you caught me when I was getting a drink of tea.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
I'm okay.
Last week he fell out of his chair. This week he choked on tea. Awesome.
That's right. NL Hate is also here. Welcome, sir.
Greetings and salutations.
And greetings and salutations to Commander Nurgle.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
So how did you feel when Hate started stealing your thing?
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, cool. Commander Chig is also here. Hi, Chig.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, he's trying to bring the room down.
We don't have Ty Worshiper on anymore to come in where he always sounded like he was, at an AA meeting or something, just, I'm Ty.
Do you know anything about that, buddy?
And he'd get more excited as he moved on. Nah, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just a filthy drunk. There's a big difference. I'm not in treatment. So, yeah.
Well, here we are that was one of the bingo things, wasn't it?
Uh-oh.
So should we say right off the bat, or should we save this for a little later?
Save it.
You got it. So this week in Loose Screws, this is our second time working with our new recording system. It did come out really good last time, but at the time of recording, we were extremely fearful or I was at least, that everything was going wrong. But the audio quality came out really good. We're polishing out a few bugs with the actual process of getting it started each night. But
yeah.
But the point is, I think we're on our path. We're on our path, feeling good. So we push on. So let's go around. How's everybody been doing? And without too big a smile on my face. What you been doing this week, and did it involve playing the game at all? Let's start at the top. Start at Commander Chig. What have you done this week, and did it involve Elite Dangerous at all?
Elite Dangerous? I think I logged on a couple times. I was planning on doing the Finance Friday on Friday, but with the XI, and so I logged on to move my carrier and never got on again. I feel bad. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. I mean, after our show last week, something crazy happened, and it's still kind of happening. I guess we're covering that as like that main topic or something. Okay, so I won't talk about that. But, it's the last week of summer, so my daughter's going back to school Monday, so there's just been stuff going on every freaking night.
Really?
And then, what was the last thing?
Wait, school is just going back in up there?
Yeah, on she goes back to school tomorrow. I'm dropping her off at school tomorrow. Yep.
My wife's class has been back in class for 4 weeks.
Well, when you got people in the South, they tend to need a little more teaching than those up north.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The other thing that happens is in some places they account for snow days. I remember places that tend to get a lot of snow days will sometimes start early in case they have to.
But we're starting later.
But they're starting later.
My theory was that you're enough into snow country that it doesn't matter anymore. They're just like, snow? What snow? they just
there's a
move
lot
on.
of truth to that. We're like, a foot of
It's
snow.
not a white hurricane. We're fine.
Strap that kid to a dog and get in school.
I was gonna ask how much snow you guys get in Alabama, like Nurgle.
It snows about once every 10 years.
Yeah,
Or you do?
Fuck you.
We're due sometime in 2027.
Okay.
And then this weekend, we went to the Ren Fair again on Sunday. I worked Saturday, then we drove the 3 hours down to Renaissance Festival on Sunday, came back Sunday night, and then I worked all day today. So yeah, there was that. I've been busy. Usually by the time I get to evening, I'm a little bit wiped out at night. I sit here and I look, and it's like, do I want to log into the game? Do I want to lay on the couch, or I just want to fall the fuck asleep? And I'm not quite Nurgle old. Bingo. But I'm getting there. and
That was a low-hanging fruit. Don't take credit for that.
Well, I'm a bit of a smooth brain. This fucking game. Move on. All right, who's next?
If we're going in order, then I guess I'm next. I usually put myself last, but I'm gonna not do that for purely selfish reasons. And that is, I'm excitedly going to tell you that nothing new horrible happened in my family this week. Everything was
some wood.
Oh shoot! No wait, I forgot. Today I discovered one of my dogs has intestinal worms.
Oof.
Oh.
If you're wondering how I know, it's because I literally saw them and they were moving. And
that's terrible. Why would you bring that up?
It's horrifying, and that was the first thing this morning. Took the dogs for a walk. My little girl there, she just starts dumping out on the grass, and I took one look at that and said, "Oh my God, I think that's I don't know. I'm not sure what kind. But it is moving, and it's not okay." And then I spent the rest of the day just washing and rewashing all of my house, because this dog sleeps on the bed with us.
Oofed.
Yep. I didn't play the game except back last Wednesday. I hopped on for a minute. Actually, had no idea what I was going to do. Hopped onto the game for a minute. Commander Data was on, and I flew to wherever he got abandoned by somebody on foot the night before. Oh, it was because of a crash, though. Like, he was trying to get onto somebody's ship, and it crashed and just left him on the planet. And he was like, fuck this. So anyway, I went and picked him up and then brought him back to his carrier. And then we tried to see what we could do basilisks per hour. And because of all the nonsense of having to pick him up, and then he tried to move his carrier to the system we were going to, and the carrier jump, accidentally he plotted it to the same system instead because of the weird thing where you're trying to plot it to the right system and then it sort of kicks you back and it forgets what you had targeted and you have to enter the map again. And somehow he just mixed it up. And it took us a good 45 minutes just to get somewhere. And then by then it was like almost time to quit. So we got 3 basilisks done real quickly, and that was it.
So you're saying you saved data?
Yes, I rescued data from the surface of some planet.
Barrister data?
Did you
Defender of the Realm?
Commander, Lieutenant Commander Barrister data. Got
Did
it.
you take
Defender of the Realm?
Did you take a USB drive with you to save data?
Where do you insert said USB drive?
Oh my God!
Don't
that's
answer
a
that.
terrible joke.
Don't answer that.
Yes, that's my in-game experience. I did not personally go to view the thing. I kind of want to wait till it gets closer first.
So you're saying your in-game experience was a whole bunch of long-standing bugs?
Yeah, just basic networking nonsense. It caused a situation where I had to go rescue a player off a planet, or I mean, he could have called a taxi, but it was like, I'll pick you up,
Yeah.
This will be fun. And then some nonsense about the interface of galaxy map interface surrounding your carrier jumps. That screwed us up. And then later on, I got a crash to desktop. I get crashes to desktop constantly after update 13.
My God.
Hardly
the whole
ever
thing
before.
You're describing, I can't decide which is worse. All the crap you ran into in game or all the crap you ran into in your dog's crap.
Yeah.
Both are
Yeah,
hideous.
exactly.
The
Yeah.
devs have so much potential to fix all these bugs too.
So much potential. Yeah, eventually we did fight some Thargoids. We killed 3 of them. I was gonna go do another one, and then Audaxius was in the instance, and he's a fun guy, longtime Discord person. Audaxius, he comes in. He's really fun to play with. But if you've ever been in a game session with Audaxius, you'll know that every once in a while he just goes, "Oh, hold on for a minute, I'll be back."
And never
And what
comes
happens
back.
is his ship remains in the instance, and he's gone for hours sometimes.
Yeah.
And so he's there. He's like, "I'm still in the instance. I'll be back in a minute." And I kill the thing, right? I jump out. I jump back into the instance because it's a permanent basilisk instance. So I jump out and back in and find that there's no basilisk there because he's held the instance open. He's 160 kilometers away by now. So
I like to believe what he does is he gets up, he goes to the kitchen to eat a craft single, eats so many of them that he falls into a cheese coma and never comes back.
So what happened was I was like, oh, I see him there 160 kilometers away. So I go back to Super Cruise, drop on his wing signal. And I was like, he's still there in voice chats. I was like, last chance, bud. Okay, not there. Blew him up. And then I went back to fight another basilisk. I get like 2 or 3 hearts in, and then I hear him come back. Drax, what the hell? He blew me up. Yeah, you were in my way, bud. Anyway, it was fun. I made up his rebuy by killing another basilisk for him. So, anywho, a mixed review there. Who's next? Nurgle.
Nurgle, huh? Okay. Yeah, I've actually had a chance to play a lot. We with the CG that went on over the weekend, I was able to unload all the osmium that I had on my carrier.
Osminium is how the British say it.
Yeah, and
Awesome is how we say it.
Oz. We just call it Oz. So I was able to
We're on a
unload
less
that.
than first name basis with that.
Exactly. Yeah, we're on a partial first name basis.
In Darkport, we pronounce it osminium.
There you go. So and I was able to unload it in a way that did not affect the CG because there was some nice guy on a carrier offering 451,000 per ton for it. So he got all 300 odd tons of it from me. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that.
So this is osmium that you had laying around from God knows when.
Well, yeah, when I go out on mining missions, I go ahead and collect the osmium anyway because it does sell fairly decently, and I just had it on hand. So the CG came along at just the right time for that. And again, somebody was offering absurdly, stupidly high prices, more than the CG was paying.
Wow.
So I'm not really sure what his goal was, but he's welcome to it. And then last night, because I had gone out platinum mining, and I had like 2,600 tons of platinum, and there was some system that was in the right conditions to have the maximum platinum price and had 115,000 demand, bottomless demand. So I was able to unload 700 million credits worth of platinum too. So it's been a profitable week. And then today, outside of the game, I got to teach an impromptu class on chainsaw safety. So,
Excellent.
that sounds like a story.
yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. Because, there I am. Because I say chainsaw safety because I actually teach the chainsaw safety class at work. And so here I am up on the rickety ladder with no safety glasses, no hard hat, no gloves, no chaps, holding a 10-foot pole saw over my head to cut off the whole branch instead of just a section of the branch. So I failed my own class. But because I did
Foolish.
I did absolutely everything I teach people not to do. But after I'd cut a couple of things down, I stuck that thing up over my head to cut another one and had a back spasm.
Oof.
Oh my God.
And for those of you who have never had a back spasm, imagine the worst Charlie horse you have ever had in the middle of your back, and then going on for a while after that. But I've got this running chainsaw up over my head. So I immediately threw it as far away from me as I possibly could, because the first rule of chainsaw safety is if anything goes wrong, you don't want the running chainsaw anywhere near you.
Yep.
And in the process, and for those of you who have never had back spasms, trying to throw a 30-pound chainsaw that's over your head away from your body while having a back spasm is not a pleasant experience. I went to a doc in the box today because I thought I'd torn a muscle in my back.
Wow.
But
throwing half a sandwich away from your body while you're having a back spasm might not work out for you.
Exactly. And I'm up on this ladder, and my son was actually behind me with his hands on my thighs to brace me so I wouldn't fall while I had this weight up over my head. And of course, I fall to the ground, and my son's calling my wife. He's having a seizure. No, it's not a seizure. It's a back spasm. It's not a seizure. It's a back spasm.
He was acting during an emergency, and that is big props for him.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I'm still hurting, but everything is, well, I'm not going to say fine, but there's no permanent damage.
Worse.
But there's no permanent damage, and I've had muscle relaxants and alcohol. So
muscle relaxants and muscle relaxants.
Yeah, and muscle relaxants and alcohol just go together so well.
Yeah.
So who's next?
I think I'm last. And
why are you last? On my screen, you're next.
Teflon. I'll go next. No problem.
All right.
I bought some too expensive alcohol, and I drank not quite enough of it to actually be drunk, and then got drunk off of it anyway. And separately, after having rested and gotten the alcohol out of my system, I worked a lot.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
And I have played the game this week of my own accord.
Sweet.
And I went bounty hunting, and then I parked my ship. It was lots of fun.
Parked it.
Yeah, dude. You don't just leave yourself out in orbit.
Oh no.
Like some
what is
hillbilly
amateur
out in the
hour?
black. Yeah, gotta park it. Find a hangar, land, park it. And for those keeping tabs, both of my kids are in bed already.
All right. So you're not going to clear that row.
Yeah.
It was a
wonderful,
really important spot there in the corner too.
Yeah. Teflon, what's going on in you? Hey, welcome to the Eastern Time Zone.
Well, I've been in the Eastern Time Zone for like 4 weeks now, so.
Yeah, well, now I welcome you.
I'm from the Eastern Time Zone. Like, I grew up like in Indiana.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not new at this.
God, don't get so defensive, man. Relax. Take a breath.
You backsass me, Chig.
Don't what? Huh? Yeah.
I actually did play the game this week.
Nice.
A little bit.
Wait, did we all play the game this week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I wanted to see the thing.
The thing.
Yeah. But I didn't want to travel to go see it, so I was like, well, that's okay. I'll see it when he gets here. But then I did so I know a couple of people, one of which I can't say right now, because he might be in the room, wants a computer like mine.
Yeah.
And so I was showing off, but like my wife's little brother, he wants one like mine, and he's 9 or 8, and he was over here, and I was playing Minecraft on my computer, and he was playing it behind me on his Switch, and I was just we were playing Minecraft together, and he was like, "How much dollars is your computer?" I said, "Well, quite a few." He said, "I want one like that." So he's going to be getting his first one. And so I actually spent some time showing off him some space games, including Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky and Sturden because he was interested in seeing some space games. Now, obviously, Elite is going to be a little bit complex for him, but he
Aspirational.
yeah. I said, "You want to see?" He wanted to see my spaceship, so I got on Elite to show him my ships and my fleet carrier and stations and stars and how things work, and he really enjoyed that. So that was mainly what I played at the game this week. The rest of it was spent doing, typical. I've been busy with house stuff, home life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's time well spent in the game, though.
Yeah.
What about D&D? Any D&D stuff you got brewing?
I have been planning the next session. I'm working on building a map for it. I'm working on planning out the map. I haven't started building the map yet. But I have been doing D&D stuff. I don't know if somebody may be interested in hearing that.
Is that on the board?
Yes.
My problem with D&D stuff, right, is I keep getting sidetracked from the stuff I should be working on for you guys, for my players, by having ideas and things for Spelljammer, because I'm still reading through its stuff, and it's just so damn interesting to me right now. It's just where my head is. So yeah.
Cool. My comment was going to be that one phenomena I've noticed whenever I have experienced this or hear somebody talk about explaining or showing off this game to someone new is it sort of has this way of reminding you about you're sort of reminding yourself, right, about what you actually like about the game, and the awe of it that can sometimes get lost when it's just like, oh, I'm doing the same thing again, and here's that same bug again. You lose that awe. And then when you have the opportunity to show off the game to someone else or tell them about it, you don't go, oh, this is my game. This is the game I play all the time. It crashes about every 30 minutes and our wings fall apart because of the instancing no, you go, look at this ring that I'm flying through, right? Here's my spaceship. Look at the cool paint job I have. Here's my fleet carrier. Here's what a star looks like, right?
Yeah.
It sort of brings all that back.
Yeah, I'm going to land at the station, and I'm going to get out on foot, and you can see how big this spaceship really is.
Yeah. Watch what happens when I fly through this mail slot, and it's like, whoa, the inside of this thing is bananas. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's all I was going to say. I was just commenting, and I wondered if maybe you get it, right? Like, you just did that, and it was awesome, I expect. So.
Man,
oh, yes,
this
definitely.
fucking game.
Jesus Christ. We tried to hit them all in the first 20 minutes.
Sub 10 minutes.
What are you guys talking about?
What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
It kind of reminds me when we laughed out of context at the beginning of the show and nobody has any idea what's going on. I think that's kind of what we got going on right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. This somebody's typing in show titles already, I think. Okay. Shall we get into the business of things here?
Sure.
In the actual things? All right, so here we go. First off, right off the top.
Incoming priority message.
Squadron briefing.
All right, we've got 2 elections going on right now. One of them is in LHS 3877. The other one is in Lodemovoi. Neither one of those is for control because neither one of those is a system where we're eventually going to take control, but we want to maintain our position. Our social engineering project in LHS 3980 has reached the point where we've triggered the war we wanted. That war is currently 3-2. So by the time you'll publish before the tick in the morning. So there'll still be some time left, but we should be wrapping that up tonight. We have decided to push Unktomi into expansion because there's a couple of reasonably attractive spots out there to fill. We're not quite there yet. We're at like 67%, I think, on Unktomi. It should go up fairly quickly, and it looks like this expansion is probably going to end up in the Koraga system, which is not bad. It's one of the systems we want to go ahead and fill. And then that's pretty much it for us at the moment. Brotherhood of Terra Mater, I know us and some people from the Fatherhood and from Armada and from Asvaljet and a couple other squadrons have been helping them fight a whole bunch of wars that we'll probably talk about later in the bug report. They're down to one significant conflict left in Cailil Reddi.
Wait, why would we talk about wars in the bug report?
Because
I just figured it out.
They're being caused by the bug.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one that they've got left that's significant. We've got all of that posted with details in the standing orders post in the Loose Screws faction portion of the Discord. So if you're interested, you can go down there and get some more details and see where help is needed.
Very nice. In my opinion, for the sake of continuity, we should jump on down to the bug report then, because the new information here is directly related to what you were just saying.
All right.
Does everybody do I have a second?
Oh yeah.
Seconded.
All right.
Yeah.
Seconded. All right. The motion carries. All right. Go ahead. Tell me about this new bug. Very helpful stuff, you guys.
All right. And I don't know really very much about this. I'm going on what I've been told here. So apparently, prior to Update 13, there was a bug with some of the new missions in systems where there was an anarchy faction, that the bad guys in the mission were always the local anarchy faction. So even if you were a member of that anarchy faction and you took one of your own missions, the enemy
against yourself.
You would be against yourself, and you would actually do more damage to your own influence than the mission gained, and which was causing anarchies to tank. And in Update 13, they fixed that for the new missions that came out with Odyssey, but apparently introduced it for salvage missions. And apparently salvage missions, again, the scavenger NPCs are attached to the local anarchy, not a neutral pirate faction. And so even if you're a member, even if you're a member of that anarchy faction, you take that mission, you're sent out to murder your own NPCs.
Ugh.
And again, it is causing anarchy factions across the galaxy to tank. Someone has raised an issue already on Frontier. We've got the link in the show notes on the issue tracker. So if you can, please go and upvote it. If you can put any type of confirmation on it, I think it's gone to the confirming status. So if you can add
it is in confirming status.
There you go. So if you can add some confirmation to that, please do. This is one of those things where the factions out there that have chosen to be anarchy, that were anarchy factions long before Odyssey was even a thought, and cannot change from anarchy. The game is basically stacked against them because there's nothing that goes on in their systems that doesn't hurt them. And you're going to see an extinction of anarchy factions across the galaxy if this continues and doesn't get fixed.
Yeah, right on the top of this is a link to the previous issue on the issue tracker, which was marked fixed by FDev, but it is clearly not.
Well, they fixed it for some missions and introduced it for others.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've got a note here that it was previously reported as fixed, and that only fixed retrieval and protect missions. Now the problem is in salvage missions.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. And then we've still got this thing listed for the transition to from SRV to on foot causes a crash. Is that one still?
I'm clicking it. Status expired. Our link to that is for an expired issue. So apparently it never reached confirmed status, and it got expired automatically by FDev, because that's the way they handle that.
Oofed.
I think that means it probably needs to be I'll take it out of our notes, I guess, but it probably needs to be reintroduced. Although I don't know, maybe this was something that was fixed in update 13. This predated update 13,
Yes.
right? Well, yes,
Yes.
of course it did. Did it predate update 12?
I
I'm
do not
sure.
know.
It's a bug that I never personally experienced, so I did not have my thumb on that pulse.
Me either. That one actually came from Grover Kiwi, and since
Yeah.
he's already into Tuesday in the future, maybe he can tell us if it's been fixed.
It's only noon.
So it's only Monday. What?
Well, it's only noon on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So he's,
So
only
he's just
halfway
getting to the
into
tick?
tomorrow.
Probably.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I'm confused. All right.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I removed that thing from the notes, so we won't keep repeating that. I guess I'll click on my GPU issue. This one is still there, still unresolved. Update 13 was supposed to be about performance and optimizations, and there was absolutely zilch in there for that. So, still hoping for some of that.
Yeah. Good luck with
Anywho.
that.
Yeah, great. All right, so should we kick on over to the Thargoid Bug Report? We got Thargoids to talk about. I mean, technically we do, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah,
I think so.
Maybe.
We think so.
Maybe.
We could be.
maybe.
All right, here we
Maybe.
go. So what's appeared in our skies is the thing. The massive, unidentified, massive, unknown massive Thargoid object, the what? I don't know how to say it.
Massive unidentified Thargoid object.
Yeah.
Muto.
Muto?
Yeah.
The Muto. So did it happen right after our episode? Was it Tuesday?
Yeah, it was
Yep.
right after.
Yeah,
Yep.
so right after we recorded, the next day, someone discovered this thing appeared in the sky.
A cow for all seasons.
Cow for All Seasons is credited as being the first, and quickly clued in Malik VR, and he flew out, and several people started flying out towards Bernard's Loop, which is quite a trek. But there was this star-like object that didn't used to be there and was not a star, and as they watched it, it appeared to be moving. And you couldn't ever like find it, right? You couldn't get all the way to it, but you got to where you were hitting up against like permit locked space, and it appeared to be out beyond that. And since then, I don't know, feel free to jump in here anywhere, somebody, but days have passed since then. People tried to figure out exactly how fast it was moving, but I think the trouble is unfortunately the rendering of it in game is not as consistent as it would need to be.
Aren't we calling it the space sphincter? And the way that it's actually rendered at times, it can be in front of planets you're looking at. So it might be the planetary pucker hole.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were coming up with all kinds of fun names for it.
It's the Caustic Cloaca.
Yeah, there we go. The Caustic Cloaca. I mean, we're all assuming it's Thargoid in nature, but yeah, the way that it's rendered in game, it's beautiful. It's super cool. Grover Kiwi, that was his screenshot, isn't it? That one that that ass in front of stuff picture he posted the other day is super. That's my bookmark because or my background because it is super badass, and I want to know what they're doing with it. I just hope they don't drag this out for months, but I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
I
so
think they're going to.
At first you're trying to figure out how fast it's moving because you should be able to plot that, right? Like you take pictures of it against a few stars, you wait a half an hour, take another picture, and you can sort of try to figure out an estimate. But those estimates didn't seem to follow. I heard from somebody that if you like quit and reload the game, like if you log to menu and back, it will have returned to its previous position.
Yeah,
so it's like
Ant noted that.
Right. So it's kind of like it was the way it was put in it looks cool, but unfortunately it's done just a little bit too I don't know, taped
Kludgy.
on. I'm not sure what's a word I'm trying to think of, right? But it's just sort of
Kludgy.
like patched.
It was
Yeah,
Kludge.
They
right.
put a sticker on the galactic
Right.
background for you. And
So there's
That's
a
what they
few
did.
things, right? There's a few things like it's not totally tracking. Its movement is a little erratic. Like sometimes it appears to go sideways and then it comes back and moves a little bit in the other direction. So, we're clearly meant to get the impression it's moving, but it's not quite perfect. So there's sort of two ways to look at it. You can from a like outside of the game, thinking about it as a game mechanic. It's like, oh, unfortunately, there's a couple of things that didn't quite come out right. When you're in Super Cruise, it appears on top of the planet layer instead of behind them. But if you jump to normal space, it's correctly loaded behind the planet. Just a little thing. So then if we ignore that, right, we just zoom into the game, then everything's super cool, right? It's this mysterious thing. It's getting closer. It's getting bigger in the sky. It's between stars, so we can never quite reach it. And it makes an awesome sound in the FSS from anywhere, apparently from thousands of light years away where you can't see it. You can still hear it in the FSS if you point in the right direction, which is fucking rad.
Your ship's computer makes up the sounds for the FSS anyway, so.
For the first couple of days,
in
it
lore,
offered
that's
a
not
very.
true, but
Yeah, it is.
Let's say for the first. Go ahead.
I believe that it's the FSS. The sound you get out of the FSS is an audio rendering of whatever it's scanning.
Oh, well, yeah, but the scanner is, I mean, in lore, the scanner is producing that based on what it's looking at. Like there's a consistency, like ice giants sound a certain way and high metal worlds sound a certain way. Yeah, and those are cleverly based on some things that are true about radio observations when they get sonified of actual planets. Like if you point a radio telescope at Saturn and then sonify the results, you get some of the same like whipping, like ping sounds and stuff because of the way it's radiating and they've used some of that. And when you point at an ice world, there's like some stuff in there that they sort of took from cracking glaciers and calving glaciers, I should say.
This thing sounds unlike anything we've heard in game before.
It sounds like an alien. Yeah.
Sounds like, I don't know. I was going to come up with something funny, but I got nothing.
Caustic Cloaca.
There we go.
Caustic.
Sounds like a
caustic
Cloaca.
And if any strange sounds come out of my mic, my wife just made a whole batch of brownies and brought me some with some ice cream. So I'll try to keep my ecstasy to myself.
Yeah, I got chocolate chunk peanut butter cookies in the kitchen calling my name.
Yeah, Teflon was trying to pipe in there before I cut him off.
See, one of the things I really liked about whatever the object is for the first 2 or 3 days, it offered there was a real doomsday end of the world vibe to the whole Elite Dangerous community, and I thought that was really neat and really cool how everybody was reacting.
That was fantastic, and to the point where I had this discussion with Manitouk last night in game. He started to pack his carrier with water and food and survival shelters in case the bubble burns and he has to bug out.
I know a good planet towards the center of the galaxy we can camp out on. They'll never find us.
Exactly.
It looks like you landed a watermelon. I got pictures.
It's going to fly into the Sol system. It's just going to fly in. It's going to be a big, dangerous thing. We're all going to be like, oh no. And then it's going to come in. It's going to sound like a bubble popping or something. Just like, and done. That's it. Nothing else.
It's going to have a giant face that says, show me what you got.
Then we'll get swifty. All right.
Okay. So how do you want to approach this? This is clearly the discussion today. What do you want to? Should we tag Blame the Bard and catch up on the Galnet quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right. Let's do that.
On the board, the Tin Helium Express!
Welcome aboard the Tin Helium Express. Everything's fine. There's no reason to panic, but there's also no reason to go outside, and don't you dare look out that window. That out of the way, let's get started. August 30th. Azimuth won't let a sad story end. insists on continuing to write. September 1st, Empire claps back, insists on doing their own anti-Xeno thing, and Azimuth, out of ideas for their new chapter, takes a page out of Ximena Torval's book. On September 2nd, Lost Green Gas Giant finally asked for directions and was found. On September 9th, armchair quarterbacks tell us why Thargoids are acting strange, and a star-sized flare traveling at light speed through the galaxy officially acknowledged. CG prediction: shipping military-grade fabrics to industrial ports for the mass production of brown pants. That's all for me this week. Have fun out there.
Brown pants.
Yeah, we're all going to need some brown pants before this is over, I think.
What if we're being bird boxed and like Sandra Bullock, we're not supposed to look at it?
Too late.
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, so here. No. You know what I liked about the last episode we did is that everybody talked at least as much as me. And I always am embarrassed about how I talk more than everybody else.
If you're hosting, just talk away, dude. Just go.
No, who cares about my opinion about all this? What do you,
obviously
Chig,
people do, because they listen to this show and you're like the main dude. So man, suck it up, Buttercup.
All right. So the question is it a weapon? Is it a mothership? Or
is it actually traveling a light year per minute?
Well, I don't know. I think the speed thing we can't really tell because it was implemented in this sort of kludgy way, right? So it's like we're trying to use the science because we've always been able to do that about the orbits, and Canon can figure out when planets are going to collide because it's all like, the orbital mechanics are basically like pictured correctly, even though they, some of it isn't realistic, but the math is correct, right? No. So we're trying to math this thing, but it's not implemented with the kind of rules that are actually consistent.
Yeah, this is outside the Stellar
has.
Forge, obviously. This is a hand-placed item that they haven't thought through how to make the science work with it, because probably the person who would be able to make the science work with it is no longer with the company, so they just went, let's just throw this in here and freak everybody out.
I doubt they have
Go ahead, Teflon.
I was going to say, what he wants to talk about is like, let's get into the meat of this. Like, what is it? Let's get some theories going. What is it?
My what is it what I would pull for basically is, I think that the Thargoids, like it is a response, but I'm not convinced. Actually, part of the Galnet article where Bard said that armchair quarterbacks like say what they think, like I think it was the third person, whoever that was, where it's like the Thargoids are responding, but I think of them, they handle us like an immune system handles a disease. Like that might be still the level we're at, and this might be an automatic response. And I think it's possible that the Proteus wave reaction was also an automated response. Something happened that was big enough that it caused think of the Thargoids as a species as like a body. It caused them to go, whoa, and like react and change something, right? And so this could be some kind of, it's a Borg-like adaptation or something like that. And it's like something was triggered, or now there's a new piece of the puzzle is on the board. So that's what I'm pulling for anyway.
So are we getting the Thargoid antibodies, or did they take some antibiotics and we're going to get the taste of some medicine?
The Thargoid Nurse Chapel.
Maybe this caused them to grow a new thing, you know what I mean? Like the green
spleen?
Proteus wave is like a new feature, and then maybe this is yet another new thing, or maybe it's a mothership turning up. But either way, I kind of like the idea that it's not like some aspect of the Thargoids or an individual or something is making a choice. It's just something that happens. It's like a colony of ants there, or bees or something. They're all just sort of doing it because their behavior is an emergent property of their micro behaviors, right? It's like each individual, eventually the whole thing starts to behave like an intelligence.
It's an emergent property.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I'm also kind of like the idea that, what the Thargoids did triggered the Guardian AI to wake up. Having another race, that we can interact with all of a sudden popping up would be interesting too.
That is my hobby horse, and I am sticking with it until we're proven that it's a Thargoid.
Says the guy who throws chainsaws.
Well, hey, you do what you got to do. I so fervently hope that this is the awakening guardian AI responding to a signal from its ancient enemy.
Down in AXI's Eagle Defense Network channel, they have a picture of it blown up real good. It does have, the green Super Cruise wake that you would, in theory, associate with Thargoids, even though they don't technically Super Cruise. But it also has blue strands coming out from it, which is associated with Guardian. And I am in your boat thinking that this may be not Thargoid.
Well, that could follow with my theory too, right? That they've absorbed it, or something has changed because of what the Proteus wave did, and now it's sort of built into them a little bit.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah. And I don't think we should give them too much flack over how it shows in game, because there is nothing else in this game that has to have something traveling between systems that we can see.
Right. It's kind of a bummer. And I can imagine being on the team, right? And it comes out and then somebody discovers you can see it on top of a planet and they just, oh no,
Yeah.
So close, right? Because it's not, they couldn't test this.
No.
And that obviously this went in at update 13 and they couldn't test it.
Yeah. There will be some future patch note that says something like unidentified stellar phenomenon will no longer appear in front of planets, where they'll fix it. But there's no system in this game for what they're doing. So what it has to be is some appropriately placed POI in each system that you can see, and so you get weird movement. And it's disappointing, but they're really pushing the bounds of what the game is designed to do this.
I'd heard, wasn't there an unidentified POI in one system that Canon was tracking and wanting to keep track of?
Hyperbolic shuttle or whatever.
Yeah. So
hyperbolic stellar body, which means not attached, not gravitationally bound to a star. Is that what it would mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. As far as guesses, all we can do is wait, because we're not getting any real clues yet. We just have this thing that appears to be coming our way, but isn't coming our way. I don't know.
So that's another question. When does it get here? Is it something short term? Is it something they're going to save until after console transfers go through? Or is this something that's going to build all the way until the supposed narrative update in November? Yeah.
Galnet News Digest said that it has moved forward and hit one of the waypoints that Canon was expecting it to hit around 8 today, closer to noon today. So it is moving.
It is moving, and it is going basically where we think. Well, I had seen from a couple of days ago that it passed the system that everybody was observing it from. It did eventually pass. So now you can look at it from the perspective of Bernard's Loop, looking back toward the center of the galaxy, and you can see it in that direction if you're out there, right? So it is getting closer, and that much is rendering. Although, like, the transition period was. I think I saw this from Commander Burr's video, right? The transition period, like you couldn't just watch it go sideways if you were in that system. It kind of bounced all around and stuff. And again, that's just like the way it was put in. But if we just like kind of squint our eyes and go, okay, but I get what you were going for.
Yeah.
It traversed between those systems. So now you can see it from the front or the back, depending on what system you're in.
And as far as suspension of disbelief goes, that's not much of a leap for us to be able to just follow it and go with it.
We can't land on it anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't jump to it. So it's like, okay, I'm going to cut you some slack. We're not.
And it's super luminal, so it's not like we would be trying to fight it or anything.
Yeah, that's right. However, like all the speed estimates are way faster than the speed of light regardless, right?
Yeah.
So
since we've got some course and they were predicting where it was expected to be, where do they think it's going, and when do they think it'll get there?
Doesn't everybody pretty much think it's going the same place? Don't we all pretty much know where it's going?
It looks like it's passing through two of the dark nebulas on each side of the bubble. But not actually like straight as Sol.
I don't feel like it's going to Sol. I feel like it's going to
22460.
where
it's going to miss that by a few dozen light years.
I don't think we have the implementation's too kludgy to say for sure.
Yeah.
That it's going to miss, right?
Because, well, early on, somebody was saying that it was heading for one of the Guardian sites.
Right.
And if it's heading for one of the Guardian sites, that to me, that makes it sound a lot more like it's a Guardian AI.
Or
but that's way off to the side, isn't it?
It's Thargoid thinking that what happened to it was caused by Guardians, and it's going to a place that it knows.
Oh.
Yeah, you make a good point.
So once again, it's point, counterpoint, guess again. I don't know. There's so much. There's just wait. I don't know. There's a galaxy width wide guess of what it could be.
I wouldn't be sending it to Sol if I was making that choice.
Well, you don't think
because for me, like the prediction that I'm making about the way they are and the way they think, they don't know anything or care anything about Sol. So that follows with my prediction. Is that's why I think that.
I'd rather have a go to Shinrarta, blow up that system, and all of a sudden all permit locks in the galaxy are gone.
The Pilots Federation is in disarray.
Pilots Federation is disassembled.
And this is the point where we add the disclaimer: all predictions guaranteed wrong, or your money back.
Right.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sheer speculation. There's all kinds of things we wish it could be, but man, I mean, even like we're talking about going to 22460, and then it's like it looks like it's going to miss that by a dozen or two light years. Well, Jesus Christ, the galaxy's 65,000 light years across. So
that's within the margin of error.
It's well over 1,000 out from the bubble still, right? So that's 12 light years is not that.
Yeah, you adjust its course by less than 1%, and that's going to be, putting it right on that.
Yeah,
within
12 light years is well within the margin of error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Nurgle, you can't guarantee people's money back now. We have a Patreon. Stop doing that.
Oh, that's true.
Stop. Oh my God, you fucked up. Way to go.
That joke, that you can have your money back joke is over for us.
Yeah, we can't do that.
We disavow anything that man says henceforth. Remember, what did I say earlier? Alzheimer's, dementia. Dementia is what he's got. Old people. Always promising people their money back. God, idiot.
Always being such an old guy with his oldness. Constantly old.
Like back spasms, for instance, and throwing chainsaws at children. All right.
Throwing his ancient oldness in our faces.
Who hasn't thrown any ideas out what this thing is? Anybody got anything other than maybe this thing is older than Nurgle, which would really be crazy?
That's crazy
it's
talk.
Very likely it's older than Nurgle. I mean, the Thargoids are millions of years old.
Here, I don't mean anything. Jesus.
Whatever it is, I hope it comes when it gets here. It's really dangerous and actually makes us feel like doomsday is upon us for a while.
I hope it's elite dangerous. Bum, bum, bum.
I hope it's super elite dangerous.
Oh,
like CQ
super elite 5 dangerous.
I hope
it's going to be Elite 5.
It's definitely, well, actually, that would be Elite 6, I think, but it'll be tagged Elite V, which is 5 in Roman numerals, but actually represents Elite 6.
The 6th Elite. The 6th level of Elite.
Don't get me going. God, now I got to apologize because I'm sorry, guys. All right.
I hope it's Elite 6 in
That's another
CQC.
bingo, by the way.
Is Chig ranting on the card? Yeah.
Yeah, always. I don't know. I mean, how much more can we discuss this?
Anybody got anything else on it?
I hope it gets here soon.
As much as I want it to be a Guardian AI, it's green, not blue.
But
it's got both, though. It's got a bit of both.
Not enough.
Yeah. The zoomed-in picture does have, it's got the green pinwheelie, but there's some blue in the pinwheelie as well.
Oh, my God. What if they teamed up?
And why does green have to be exclusively Thargoid?
Why?
Because it is.
Because shut up.
Because reasons.
That's why.
Because reasons.
If you don't like it.
But remember our Guardian, our Jolly Ranchers turned green, and they were blue. So what if I can't even extrapolate what that might mean because
my favorite.
You don't like it? Fuck you. Exactly. I'm right, you're wrong.
Couldn't have said it better yourself.
It's green and blue. No, my favorite MLS team, their colors are green and blue. It must correlate somehow.
You guys realize what it really is, right? I mean,
yes, but what were you going to say?
I was going to say I can't find the thing on the soundboard, so I'm going to say
Thick Thargoid booty.
that is definitely what is headed our way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Okay. So that's the goings on. So far, nothing has changed, but we do have Galnet articles talking about it. I think we're in for at least 2 more weeks of this before it gets anywhere, and it gets anywhere to the point where we can see maybe what it actually is. So exciting.
I hope they don't stretch it out too long.
Yeah. Well, for how long it's been. So it's been about a week right now.
Yeah.
And it has moved past Bernard's Loop, so it's making progress. I think at least 2 more weeks before it gets too close enough to the bubble to cause a disturbance. Truly, right? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's just rough based on it's been a few days and it's come a ways. So anyway, let's see. So additional dev news. There's some more dev news, you guys.
Yay!
Frameshift Live 15. Did that happen? Or
That's
is
tomorrow.
it going to happen?
No, Wednesday, I think.
Why is there a YouTube link already?
Because Hate probably linked it to a Rickroll. That wouldn't put it past him.
I didn't.
Because there's a Frameshift Live 15 on YouTube.
Oh, so is it 16 that's happening tomorrow?
I think so.
I thought that's Wednesday. What day of the week is it?
Monday.
Today's Monday.
Today's Monday.
I thought the
so
new
it's not
frame
tomorrow.
shift was on Wednesday, so that's 2 days.
Right. So normally they're Thursday though, aren't they?
Are we?
And they're doing another Wednesday, and they said, "Don't worry, this isn't like permanent still. I know it's been happening a lot, kind of thing, but it's going to be on Wednesday."
It's because
This
they're
isn't
reserving
permanent. It
Thursdays.
just happens every week.
They're reserving Thursdays for F1 Manager for right now because it's the new hotness that I desperately want.
They always dual stream on Frontier's company site as well as the game's individual site. So if there's something important going on Frontier's YouTube channel, then they'll push the other thing. So anyway, so there's some kind of Frameshift Live. I don't know what number it is. I don't know what this link is, but
I'm not.
That
there's
is a
a link
link
in our show notes.
That is a
Feel
link
free
to
click on it.
15.
It's a link to 15.
It is a link to 15.
I'm not falling
Okay.
for it.
Fantastic.
I trust that like I trust a link from Dubs.
So some additional info about console transfers and Horizon 4.0 code base stuff. It's the information is that it'll be happening soon. Actually, we know from hearing from some people's experiences that some console copies have begun in sort of a beta form.
Yeah.
So some people who had requested transfers before and got we're putting a hold on this while we work out the proper transfers that we're going to do in the future. We know of at least one person in our Discord that got an email from Frontier saying you had asked us, would you like to help us beta test it, basically. And I believe what happened was they got the option, right, to do the new copy, which is all described, right? Basically everything except ARCs moves over, and not a fleet carrier. You got a liquefier fleet carrier. Gets copied over onto either a new commander or overwriting an existing PC commander. Your choice. Or you can do the old-fashioned wealth transfer the way it used to work. Also an option. So for people who maybe had been working on their PC commander for a while, and at this point don't want to overwrite it with their console commander. So did I miss anything?
No, that sums it up good.
No,
All
I
right.
think in order to
And-
liquefy fleet carrier, though, I think you need a Bassomatic. Just saying. There's a reference for people. All right, go on.
All right. Fantastic. The 4.0 code base is also not ready, but will be happening sometime quite soon. More on that as soon as they know. But as far as we know, everything is exactly as it's been described in the past. You get access to the graphics of Odyssey, you get the Scorpion SRV, and you don't instance with either Horizons or Odyssey.
And you get the game performance of Odyssey.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you can go to some of the Odyssey settlements as long as there isn't a tenuous atmosphere on that planet, but you can't get out, of course. And you can't instance with anybody who has Odyssey because otherwise you would have to be able to see the Odyssey player models for on-foot people, and that's not that you haven't paid for that. So it's basically a trial, right? It's like a demo, rather than a way to unify the galaxy. It is a demo to try to tease you to buy Odyssey.
It is a half-ass attempt to unify the galaxy, which in fact fractured it even more.
Please once just do a full-assed attempt at something.
It's only, look, I mean, you can say that it's an attempt at that, but it's only an attempt at that from the perspective of they're trying to convince people to buy Odyssey. So I don't think that's the right way to think about it. I mean, they at the very least they want to show off the graphics and give you a chance to see how it will perform on your computer. You know, see what the damage is. Basically for you.
That's a very low sodium way to look at that.
That is the best I can come up with, because honestly, I actually think it's sort of crap, because it is definitely not what they said they were going to do. They said from the very beginning that they were going to, bring us all back together, and this is decidedly not that. So
this is the opposite of that.
They ran into either a technical or a business decision limitation and decided to not do that. And regardless of which way that happened, what we don't have is any copping to that difference, right? I believe that we deserve an admission that, like, I don't care if you can't tell us whether it's technical or business that caused this, but just admit it, because it's disingenuous to be like, here's what we're doing, 4.0 Odyssey, all right, and then act surprised when people are mad that you can't instance. Like, no, you said we could. You said that would be the point of having it all come together, so that it, and this has happened before. Like, we had base game and Horizons. You could instance with people as long as you weren't on a planet surface, right? Because the base game didn't have access to any planet surfaces.
Right.
I remember when NL Hate first came over from Xbox, he didn't have Horizons. And when we were playing, if we flew down to a planet, all of a sudden he wouldn't instance with us anymore. But he would in space, right? So this can happen. There's no real reason it can't, unless the reason is game age ratings, which I think it probably is. But
Thanks, Chig.
For what?
What?
He bought me Horizons on PC.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wow.
What a nice guy. Holy shit.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. Good
Wait,
job.
are we allowed to use Chig and nice guy in the same sentence?
You don't like it? Fuck you.
If you
It
don't
threw
like
me
it,
off.
fuck
He
you.
said thanks to me, and I'm like, wow, what did I do? All right. My first impulse was to apologize. All right.
Well, that started off as me trying to say something normal and turned into a rant halfway through, and I didn't slow down and put the brakes on at all. But yeah, I think that ultimately I've gone in a full circle here. I think they should cop to it. I think they should be more honest, because the whole thing is like, oh, they're starting to do better about their communication again. We're on a communication upswing. Well, if you just pretend that if you never address this, then that's not a communication upswing. But I ultimately think the reason it never came to fruition is probably because of game ratings. And that sucks, but there's probably nothing they can do about it, because the rating probably can't be changed legally on something that people already bought. So,
Right.
So there.
I don't know. That's not something I know anything about.
Yep.
That's not something I care about. Not my problem. But they made it my problem, so fuck them. All
right.
But then next they added the cosmetic sale. Now, was that to distract people
Yes.
from how bad of a fuck up with this, or is this just
No.
because
No.
console players are coming on board?
This is
yeah.
because for the console copy, everything but your arcs comes along, and they very kindly said, we will have a sale. We're telling you ahead of time, which they never do. And then the sale started today. So Monday the 5th, the sale began. Everything in cosmetics is on sale. Ship kits are 50% off. Paint jobs are 30% off. And the on-foot stuff is 20% off. And the newest stuff, the hazard kits, are only 20% off because that's too new to deep discount. But I went ahead and I had been saving up for the Phantom ship kit, which I scooped up for half price, and then bought several paint jobs for the ships that I fly the most and wanted some new paints. So all with accrued arcs, of course, because
I picked up the Mamba ship kit today. I've been waiting for that one.
that's a sweet one.
Yeah, it is.
That's a beautiful
Arcs for
ship.
So long. I have no idea how many I have. Now I'm going to spend them all.
Spend them. And now's the moment.
Yes. All right. But
I would
So I
like.
mean, even the new hazard kits are on sale. It's only 20%, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good. So yeah, that's good. All positive. Yes, good move. Throw a
Yes.
sale at people. It's very good, and the sale, of course, open to everybody, not just console players. But duh,
duh.
you
Idiots.
idiot.
Morons. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
That's dev news.
Oh.
What else we
Yay,
got?
dev news. We got Chick Chat.
I think
Should do Chick Chat.
I think we're on to Chig Chat, Community Corner, stuff like that. What's up?
Oh.
Chig Chat, which you can play your own Chig Chat sound. You pick
shit,
one,
I
man.
can.
Pick one,
Let's
buddy.
do this one.
It's Chick Chat. Yeah, that's a fact. It's Chick Chat. Where the cheese at?
You don't like it? Fuck you. All right. Chig Chat this week. We're just going to kind of go through the channel. I changed the channel name back to Chig Chat. It was Chig Picks for a while. So now people might actually be able to find it again because, people are easily confused like I was.
Until the next friggin' time I
know.
change it.
And then I got to change it again, motherfucker. All right. Well, last week I brought up Blooming Wind's cute little one-eyed dog. Apparently that thing's name is Brick, and he's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. That is way too many syllables. It's a fucking dog with one eye. That's what I'm calling it. So there's that. And then after that, Single Malt Scotty posted a wonderful picture of his little co-pilot, Commander Chiquita. It was this little black dog that rolled in shit today, apparently, or bio waste. Well, that was a couple days ago, which is awesome. And then I'm going to skip one thing and I'm going to go back to
Update / clarification. Not awesome. Go on.
but hilarious. And then our good buddy AFK for hours at Axios, he posted today, started putting together a bingo card, and that's what we were doing during the show quite a bit, is filling in the bingo card slots with things that they filled in there. So I suggest you come over to Chick Check, download your own bingo card, and you can play along because we will definitely fill this card every freaking time. There's things like...
Have you pinned that?
I have not yet. I will pin it now, I think. You pin it. I'm not doing it.
Hold on. I'm already in there. I'll get it.
All right. So it's fun. There's lots of stupid things. They hit pretty damn close to home. So, I don't know. Dubs and Data are the same person. Do we talk about that? That one did not get done tonight because neither one of those fuckers are here,
It just
assholes.
did.
Well, that's
that's
the reason neither one of them is here is because they're the same person.
They're actually Teflon. Then we've got...
No. I am far too violent for that.
Oh, more violent than Dubs? I don't know about that one.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap.
Yeah, he
Dubs
is.
a bastion of violence. Then we had a couple people hit some elite tiers. I don't remember. Let's see. Rabbi Bob hit elite in something or other. Exploration. Good for you, buddy. Nice job. And somebody down here, Bondo, hit elite in, I believe it was trade? Question mark.
I think it was exploration,
Exploration.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
trade
He
is the
says he
obvious
mentions
other. Yep,
trades
got
the
it.
other one that he already had.
Got it. Now, the last thing I want to bring up here in Chig Chat is somebody posted, I don't know if this is real or what. It looks like a Reddit thing, and it was...
I hope it's real.
I hope to God it's real. There's so many things awesome about this. It's some patch notes from Sims 3 that crack me up so bad. First, I just want to... I don't know if you guys noticed the names of the people posting on this. Is Personifying Chaos. Good. Awesome name. The next person is Pass the Cocaine, and then it's fucking Bone Wagon. I don't know if anybody noticed that. It's great that those are the people involved in this. But I'm just going to go through these because, we complain about bugs in Elite Dangerous, a lot. These bugs that they had to fix with a patch are fucking amazing. So First off, kleptomaniac sims. Okay, I didn't know that there was such a thing as a kleptomaniac sim. That in itself is pretty cool. Your sim, it just can't help but steal stuff. But they can no longer steal subway stations from lots. They could literally steal subway stations.
Just disclaimer, if these are real patch notes.
Yes, if these are real patch notes. God, I hope they're real. I did not have time to verify, but they are great. Next is Sims can no longer woohoo in the elevator with Sim who is on a different floor. Makes sense.
I don't understand what's so funny about that one. Are you like, who's not done that?
It's just yeah, I know, right?
Who's not done that? A bunch of children.
Next couple get pretty good. The Grim Reaper will no longer be prevented from reaping souls due to band affiliation.
I don't even know what that means. But I love it.
It makes me laugh so bad.
But band affiliation, like they're in the Rolling Stones or something.
That's what I'm wondering. Or they're big fans of Metallica. I don't know. But if he's in the wrong band affiliation, he cannot reap souls. All right.
Maybe it's
some of the
a rock
next ones
band
are even
and they're playing
that's not the
Devil's
last
music.
time we hear of the Grim Reaper, though, in this, I don't think. But next is this one is epic. This is one where I started laughing so hard I thought I was going to cry. Fixed a tuning issue so that Sims will now vomit at acceptable levels.
Oh, it gets better.
So many questions. So many questions. First off, what is an acceptable level of vomiting? Exactly. And the fact that they've got a tuning knob for the vomit for your Sims is...
Oh my God.
Oh,
I
it
gotta
gets
tell
better.
you,
Yeah.
every time I've ever vomited, no matter what level, I've always felt like it was unacceptable.
I agree. There is no acceptable level of vomiting, whether doing it yourself or spectating said event. No acceptable level.
I don't know. Sometimes it makes you feel better. I think that's a little more acceptable.
Yes. Now, the next note makes it apparent that apparently you can play as the Grim Reaper, possibly, because it is no longer possible to, quote, try for baby with the Grim Reaper. So apparently you could attempt to reap the souls of babies in this game.
No.
I think they're trying to reproduce.
Yes. They're trying to make babies.
You're trying to bone the bone man, as you would say.
There we go.
You can no longer you can no longer come onto the Grim Reaper.
Got it.
There's
Thick
the
Reaper
show
booty.
title, Bone the Bone Man.
Now is the next one is quotes, become enemy with child, wish no longer appears. I don't know. That's enemies with child is.
That's straight out of Crusader Kings.
Is it? You can make these wishes, okay?
Become
Sims who
enemy
are
with child.
This is the best here. Sims who are on fire will no longer be forced to attend graduation before they can put themselves out.
I like that one.
Oh, the next
was
one's
funny.
good too.
Pregnant Sims can no longer brawl. All right.
Oh.
Baby Sims will no longer become stuck on a Sim's hand while driving a car. Don't know what this does. Sims will no longer receive a wish to skinny dip with mummies. So many questions.
So many.
Don't know what
If the mummies are
are
skinny dipping, do they still have the cloth wrapped around
Yeah,
them?
do you have to unwrap a
I
mummy
don't-
to skinny
like,
dip?
That's
So
a
if you
good
unwrap
question.
them, are they still mummies, or at that point they're just a corpse?
It's a
I don't know, man. They'll just fall
What he
apart.
said.
I don't know. The
I think
last
you've
one.
cut to the core of it.
Very last one. A meteor can hit a building, which cause everyone will run out before the collision. Those who do not exit the building will die. Sims automatically leave if a meteor is approaching, unless it is a school, in which case are not allowed to leave and will always die.
So wait, is that the expected behavior or is that the unfixed version?
so many
Once
questions.
again, good question.
I'm confused by that as a patch note because I'm not sure. Yep. Well,
Yeah, well,
I think
children
yeah,
are not allowed
there it
to
is.
leave. So is that so? They're going to
You
make
can't
it
leave
so
a school.
children can't leave, so they will
If-
automatically die, or
Can they
that was
already
what
can't
already
leave,
happened?
or did they fix? The fix was they used to leave, but now we're going to kill them.
So many questions. I just wanted
man.
to bring that up, and
fix
I want to
is-
thank whoever posted. Who posted that? Double O Scotch, man.
Scotch.
That's amazing patch notes. I the fact that you found that, and I love that you posted it in Chick Chat because you knew I'd appreciate the shit out of that, and I laughed my ass off. That could have been in other games or even NSFW, maybe it could have went because we're fucking the Grim Reaper in these patch notes. But I just, with all the bugs we have and everything, I hope one day we get patch notes just like this.
Exactly.
And this game needs an acceptable level of vomiting. No, this game does have an acceptable amount of vomiting. So we are one step ahead of Sims 3 with our game, so everybody be happy.
We do not know if those patch notes are real or if that is a gag, but either way, whoever wrote them needs to work for FDev.
Amen.
I want patch notes like that.
I don't think I want to know if they're real.
I don't.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either. I don't want to know. I'm going to assume they're real because that is better.
Yes.
Happier like this. Happier like this.
Ignorance is bliss.
That sounds great. All right, so let's do some community corner. There's a bunch of stuff here in the show notes. Twitch drops from FDev affiliates. This is from several weeks ago, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's over with, I think. Anyway, there was an update.
Was that
13.
only that quick? They did affiliate drops, or do they have more going?
I'm honestly not sure if they're still going, but they basically, when update 13 dropped, watching. There was like 10 or 12 different streamers that if you watch them over the 3 days sort of surrounding that event, there was basically the red version of the Azimuth paint job was available for FDLs and Eagles and Crate Mark IIs, I think. Anyway, that happened. I think it's probably not happening anymore. Operation Too Hot, Too Messy. Still too hot, still too messy, still going strong.
Do we
Those
have
participating
an update on how far along they are? Are we getting close?
Not really. People in our Discord have been tracking in the events channel. Nope, not lately. They haven't. I don't know. I think Crash is in charge of that. But lately they were just talking about modified Guardian Gauss cannons. So apparently I don't know. I think they were managing to get all the stations in Loose Screws space. I'm not sure if anybody kind of local to us has continued on or not, but it's still going on, and you can learn about it at the Hutton Orbital, Hutton Truckers Discord or something. Piranha Squad sees these. Oh, this is what we did the last time I did a stream.
Yeah, we did that.
We
I
did
think
Piranha
last
Squad,
Tuesday.
but we took it into conflict zones for a little added difficulty. It wasn't difficult at all.
No.
And
But it did force us to not all go Lone Ranger.
yeah, but they were only lows too. I bet if we were forced to go into a medium, mediums can get rough. You do have to be careful in a medium.
Spec Ops would have been tough in small ships.
Oh yeah, that would have been pretty brutal. And Loose Screws Podcast Bingo, we already talked about that. All right, we're here. The cheese.
Okay, I got craft singles because I got nothing. Unless somebody else. Wait, somebody else.
It's right here. The Rare Cheese Club. Who put this here?
Oh my God, Teflon. That's him. He's become the cheese guy. I think the research guy.
What?
Did you do
Cheese
the
search.
Cheese Club?
Who put Rare Cheese Club in the notes? Nobody's owning it.
I don't know.
Rare Cheese Club, small batch, traditionally crafted rare cheeses. It is $58.95 a month, US, plus $14 shipping and handling.
Jesus.
Your membership includes 3 very small batches. Artisan cheeses, approximately 1/2 pound each, made from only the best and often rare ingredients. You'll receive hand-cut, extra-aged, and fresh rare cheeses, many that can only be produced in designated regions or have only recently been brought into the United States. Our monthly newsletter with detailed tasting notes, cheese profiles, cheesemaker histories, and serving suggestions. No auto renewal when you choose a fixed duration between 2 and 12 shipments. That's a feature. Actually, for these box services, it is a feature because usually it's a scam, and that's the scam.
They're trying to get $74 a month out of you. It looks
right. So this, I have no reason to think this isn't real, but somebody put it in our show notes, and nobody's owning that.
Yeah, this is an amazing fake, I believe, but it's awesome. I like it. Good job. Somebody put in some fucking work. I like it.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to sucker in Chig.
I would sign
movie
up.
anniversaries. Movie anniversaries to close out the show. There are none. My notes say, fuck movies. Batman the Animated Series is 30 years old today, September 5th, 1992.
Awesome.
I will own that one. I did that one.
That's the one Mark Hamill's in, right? He's the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This club
and
exists.
that show is the best Batman property to ever exist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I need to do some clarification. The Rare Cheese
Okay.
Club does exist. That's one membership level. There's a membership level below that that's the original Gourmet Cheese Club, which is $17 less per month.
Okay.
My God. Unique cheeses. Rough. So you get 1.5 pounds of cheese each month for $75. So that's like $50 a pound for cheese. You got me. Where's my credit card? Take my money.
Take my money.
Oh my God. Oh my God. $50 a pound.
Better be some damn good cheese.
Well, I'm in.
Take my money.
Sold.
Who put this in there? I hate you. God damn it.
That was me. I did that.
This will put off me getting my new Verpal sticks, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's
It
probably
probably
a good
won't.
thing.
It probably won't actually do that.
I'll send pictures when I get my first shipment.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sorry. Had to cut back in. Had to overwrite cheese because I discovered that it was real. I'm still not looking up those patch notes. They will be real to me forever.
They will
Yes.
forever be real, yes.
Forever real.
Yes.
Forever
And I-
real.
And
Okay.
I will
Anything
say, the Batman the Animated Series thing, I loved that when I was a kid. And you know what? If DC Expanded Universe would just adapt the Justice League cartoon for their movies, like, you wouldn't have all these problems. I don't know. That's the vibe everybody wants, Warner Brothers. Stop bullshitting.
Idiots.
Here, here.
Honey's offering several discounts on the Cheese Club website.
Who is?
Honey.
Oh, that's that
My
app
wife?
that like finds you
discounts.
discounts from like Amazon and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a discount?
FD15 gets 15% off. It worked
Ooh.
4 days ago. 30 VAL is supposed to get $30 off, but it's the Valentine's Day sale.
Oh.
Probably not going to work.
Probably not going to
$1
work.
an hour.
Oh,
Stop
Save
reading those
15
codes
is a
out. We aren't
Labor Day sale.
sponsored.
All right.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
let's wrap this thing up, everybody. Thank you for listening. This has been the Loose Screws podcast. Thanks to Chig, Nurgle, Hate, and Teflon for joining me. This feels like a pretty good episode. Hopefully people are happy with that, especially the Patreon supporters that we thank very much, and that's why we're able to make better recordings and stuff. You can find
Thick Thargoid booty.
Yeah, there you go. And also we can do that. By the way, there's a new thick Thargoid booty emote in our Discord. Someone requested it, and I think APOC found the graphic and added a transparency layer, and so I popped it in there. You're welcome.
It's over 9,000!
Okay, so you can find our Discord at discord.io/loosescrews, and you can find our merch store at loosescrewsed.com. Find us at patreon.com.
I haven't left my captain's chair in 36 years.
God damn it.
This thing coming towards the bubble.
patreon.com/loosescrewsed.
This thing coming from the bubble. I think I'm onto it.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
You must construct additional pylons.
Oh my god! All right, guys, that'll do it for us. No more soundboard. It doesn't work anymore. It turns out. Yeah, shame.
Mommy's
Shame
mad.
He took our toys away.
All right, everyone. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. I'll miss you.